when he was saying that story, I just realized, like, don't let your girlfriend stop you from meeting the love of your life, because he had 2 jobs, but met the love of his life, which is basketball. True or false?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another controversial
My
take.
girlfriend was just
2
chilling.
in 10 minutes. 2 in 10 minutes. And you still don't have yours. Anyway. What do you call a small parent?
What?
A small parent.
Parent.
A minimum. Hi guys, welcome to yet another exciting episode. Before I introduce myself, I'll let ladies first.
Amazing. So for today, I'm the one with the monikers. My name is, please excuse me if I don't pronounce this properly, Anyango Nyalolwe. She's a daughter of a lake from the Luo tribe. And her story I found very interesting. It says, they say hell knows no fury like a woman scorned. And in this case, just ask Anyango. Her story basically talks about how she met a man called Nyamgondo. Please, again, forgive me if I'm saying it wrong.
But that sounded actually.
It did.
Yeah, it sounded good.
It sounded good,
Yeah, it
amazing.
sounded good.
So he met this man, met by the lake. She had her goats. This is one of the very many tales we hear about this particular lady. Met this man by the river. And then the man was like, you know what? I want you to come with me. She left, and the one thing she told this guy to do, please untie my goat because I also want to live with it. They left, had a happily ever after, because after that they got married and settled down. And because of this one goat that came with Anyango, they ended up having bountiful harvest, bountiful food. Actually, that's how they got the resource. After a while, this man is like, you know what? I have so much money, I have so much food, I have so much resources. It's about time I got other wives, men. He got other wives and became so lax
valid.
that he started
Yeah,
drinking.
it's valid.
And the one thing Anyango said is, you know what? Marry as many wives as you want, but don't beat us. The day that you do decide to do this, you will know who we are. And what does a man decide to do?
Beat them.
He beat them. And what Anyango did was he took his wives and the goats that they had now amassed to this point, and she left with them. And this man became poor again, because all the things he got was because of this one lady.
And the one
very
goat.
strong woman, yes.
Fair
That
play,
was
fair
with
play.
Anyango, by the way. They left and disappeared into the deep waters of Lake Victoria. And it is said to date you will see Nyamgondo by the riverside with a stick on his chin, which eventually turned into a tree, still waiting for his wives at this point to come back.
Fair play.
And this is one of the very many stories we hear about Anyango, but this is what we have written down.
So she's a Nyango for today.
I am
Sorry,
Anyango.
I should have given you context. So, in a bid to preserve our African culture, a lot of it is storytelling that's not documented.
Right.
So, each episode, I have embodied a certain shuja, which is basically a superhero from previous African stories across the different cultures within East Africa. So,
This is the first time I'm Anyango for this episode, by the way. So, for as long as we'll have this episode,
yeah.
you can call me Anyango.
So, with that, I am RJ, and we have a very special guest. Hey, relax. Hey.
We have to give him his well-deserved applause.
Okay. This is not what we. Okay. Anyway,
I'm reacting.
so just let the people know who is this person.
My name is Derrick Ogechi. I'm a guard, a basketball player for Nairobi City Thunder.
Can I do the thing now?
Yeah. So unnecessary. Gosh. Anyway, before we go any further, I can hear there's something that's steaming here. Corey, maybe you want to tell the viewers, not
Yes,
just the listeners.
yes, of course. For this particular episode, we're so happy we got Cafe Amka to provide the drinks, beverages, drinks.
You see how random it
Management.
is?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have for this episode, we have. Remind me which one you took. Do you remember the name of the drink?
There was the brain power.
There was brain. We have brain power. What you're seeing Derek taking is, just 1 minute. I keep forgetting the name because it's so complicated. The relaxing orange boys. I think you're going to tell us how it tastes once you have a bit of it, and then the rest of us are also having our African tea because we
That's
like
the
our
one
chai.
crackling. I'm not hearing my own things, yeah?
No, you're
Yeah.
not. They actually keep it when we have a candle lit beneath the pot that you're seeing. And yeah, you'll tell us what you think about the drink as we proceed. But thank you so much to shout out to Cafe Amka. They have their store. They have a cafe open at Kijabe Street as well as on it's forget the name of the other one. But they have 2 branches in town. Be sure to check them out. We'll insert the location.
It's near City
video.
Hall, actually.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
It is.
it's near City Hall.
Yes. But yeah, let us know what you think. Go try out some of the food items they have. We have a few breakfast options that we're promoting for this month. I am sure we'll also list down which items to actually go try. We got to try them and it was so amazing. Really enjoyed the food they got us. So thank you so much, Cafe Amka. And we look forward to more partnerships, more food on set, and also
More to
good times.
follow.
Yes, for sure, for sure. All right, back to you.
Great. So before we start the topic of the day, we can do a small icebreaker. What is one controversial opinion that you hold?
Man.
I can start.
Okay.
I think the word expert, not expert like someone who knows things, expert with the A, is a racist term. Because when they come here, they're experts. But when you go there, you're an immigrant.
That's true.
That's very true. That's crazy. Never thought of it like that.
What would you say is your controversial thing?
You don't have to come back to me. I need some.
Can we circle back by the end of the episode? I also need to think through.
You guys need to have these things on your feet.
Controversial
Okay,
stuff?
fine. Then let's do a would you rather. This one I know you've responded to. Would you rather walk around for the rest of your life with wet socks? Or anytime you take a shower, you have all your clothes on?
I could change my clothes though after the shower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather shower with my clothes.
Okay.
I'd also pick the same.
Why not walk around with wet socks?
Because I don't like
That's
You know,
crazy.
essentially, like you'll never actually be clean. Because you're showering with your clothes
Yeah,
on.
but still,
But the
wet
water will
socks?
still get to the rest of my body. If anything, I can even scrub myself with my clothes on. I will get clean.
What do you mean you'll scrub it?
at least your face will be
Yeah,
clean.
You can do the whole thing and you'll still be clean. Raphael,
What
you'd
would
rather
you
walk
pick?
with
Yeah,
wet
what would you
socks?
pick?
I'm not asking the question.
Eh,
You can't force me. You're in my tough.
Fair enough.
Great. So today's a very special episode with a very special guest. He mentioned he's a guard for Nairobi City Thunder. So maybe for the person who maybe that flew over their head, you can tell them what a guard is, what basketball is, maybe a little bit about what you do. Before now, can start talking about other fun stuff.
So I start with the basics.
Yeah, just the basics. Just
All right. So basketball pretty much is a sport played with your hands. Unlike football, you're not kicking the ball around. So most of the time the ball is orange, but sometimes it depends on where you go. But you try to put an orange ball in an orange circle, and it's either a 1 point, 2 point shot, or 3 point shots. And the team that scores the most points wins. It's not as boring as football. Sorry, guys. I know there's fans out there. We're scoring points in the almost the hundreds, 80s. We average like 90 something points as our team personally. So it's a quick paced game. I'm a guard, like I said, which means I pretty much just try to put the ball in the basket more than everyone else, score the most points. And other guards usually pass, but I don't really like passing. I'd rather score the ball. So that's what I do.
Did you know that
I didn't.
I hadn't thought to explain basketball. It's an orange ball. You put it in the orange hoop. Okay. Okay. So you play for. Do you have a question before I continue? Okay.
Yeah, I'm also consuming a lot of these things. I mentioned earlier on, I am not versatile with basketball, but I was so happy to hear that our team was actually going to play. Anyway, am I jumping the.
No. Please.
Oh,
By all means,
I was
go
about to say, am I jumping the hoop? Am I jumping the broom by saying that
jumping the brooms in weddings.
when you're jumping to conclusions, what do you call that? Jumping the gun. Ah, there we go. Oh, so in this case, I thought I was jumping. And what does jumping the hoop mean? Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. I thought I was preempting by saying
Who jumps a hoop?
ages. So the Nairobi
shape is
City
that hoop?
Thunder were playing for the playing nationally, representing Kenya internationally. And I will let you talk about that as we proceed. But I was really happy to hear that, and also got more interested with learning more about basketball.
Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty curious. We see a lot of the lifestyles, especially outside, and in the J League, in the NBA, a lot of things all glitz and glam. And I'm sure
True.
locally, you were telling us earlier on how you can't go anywhere anymore because now people have started seeing, putting a name to the face, and they're like, Derrick. So I want to twist that and ask, what's one thing about your life that people think is glamorous, but you don't really find, like, it's not really as glamorous as they think?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It definitely have to be like the pressure of the game, you know. Like everyone sees like the product at the game for the 2 hours, but they never see like the full aspect, you know. You don't see the preparation, like the practices leading up. You don't see our workouts by ourselves leading up. All this stuff looks like fun. Like for me, I ain't gonna lie. Personally, I don't even like to work out. I literally work out because I need to play basketball.
You don't know your coach.
That's okay. I tell them all the
Arnold,
time.
you heard it here first.
I personally tell them all the time. I'm like, to be honest, if it wasn't for basketball, I wouldn't be in this weight room. And he knows. So,
But shout out to
everyone's
him.
exact-
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, shout out
Shout out to
AMSC.
Yeah.
We've been working for the past 2 years, so that's my guy. But yeah, you don't see that. You don't see people on social media telling you that you're not good at basketball, or like, why can't you make a shot? You don't see the pressures of, not only just the social media side. You don't see the pressures of playing in a stadium, playing with people that want you to lose. Then you have the coaches that want you to do better if you're not doing well, So it's just like a full battle, Everyone just gets to see, DL scored 20 points today. A whole bunch of fans want his autograph. You see all the pictures, but really it's like a full landscape of everything that's culminated all the way to the point of the game day.
Yeah.
So it's not as nice and glamorous as like as you said on that 2 hours time frame that you see. It's a work of art and a work of time put in that leads up to it.
That's very interesting. Have you thought about your controversial take?
No.
How much time? Okay.
I need a lot more. But I do have a question.
Okay.
I get what it means, especially when because being in the position that you are, it's not always what's the word? It's not always as fun as it looks. It's not as glamorous as it looks. And from one of the previous episodes, we had one of our guests say, with the things he do, it gets to a point where it needs to be delusional love, where you see all these things. The commentary online, I'm sure that wouldn't go away anytime soon. Guys telling you I can do it better, yet you'll never see them in real life. But then, yeah, and it's like, you know what, this guy doesn't know how to play. Why did he decide to shoot like that? It would be, it gets to a point where you really do it because you really, really love and you don't see yourself doing anything else. At what point did you see yourself getting to, like, you know what, now I'm going to play basketball professionally? When did you start your love for basketball?
Okay, to be completely honest, it was like my junior year of university. It was one summer. My dad was like, you should just get a regular job just to see how it felt. So me, I'm like, I can't do just one regular job. So I got two.
Mhm.
So that summer, I was a cashier at a grocery store, and then I was a waiter at a restaurant. And during that time, I was like, hey, I'm working 8 hour shift here, leave, go work out, then go to another 8 hour shift. I said, yeah, I can't live this life for the rest of my life. So I was like, at this moment, I was like, after this 3 months, after the summer's done, I was like, all right, basketball is something I want to do, and this is what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna put my whole into it to make sure that, at the end of the day, I'm not working two jobs of like minimum wage jobs ever again in my life. So like that experience in itself was like, wow, as a university student, I'm actually like just doing it for fun. But there's people at my job, like my coworkers, that are, actually in there grinding for those 8 hours to make a living for not only themselves, but for their kids and stuff. So for me, I was like, you see that same work ethic they have for this job, like that's what I want to do with basketball. So that's when I was like, all right, I made up my mind, like basketball is how I want to make a living for myself.
Is there a reason why basketball or not, and not any other sport?
It's like baseball.
Nah, because my love of the game, at the end of the day, that's what I wanted to do. And that's what my mind was made of. And I was like, all right, let's do this.
Who's your favorite basketball player?
My favorite basketball player is Kobe Bryant.
The late. Well played.
Yo.
He's becoming a bit Kenyan. There's something he said which is it's a particular trick that is very Kenyan. It's like, eh, that's not something. It's not only like, eh, so it's a very Kenyan thing. Yeah. Wow, that's particularly interesting. So where were you in university?
Texas,
Texas,
Midwestern State
okay.
University.
So Midwestern, you're like, I don't need one job, I need two. Then you left. When he was saying that story, I just realized, like, don't let your girlfriend stop you from meeting the love of your life, because he had two jobs, but met the love of his life, which is basketball. True or false? Yeah. That's another controversial
My
take.
girlfriend was just
Two
chilling.
in 10 minutes. 2 in 10 minutes. And you still don't have yours. Anyway, we'll get back to you. Then you started playing basketball. So did you start, how did you get into that? Because, maybe I want to start playing basketball.
I
So what do
started
I do?
playing basketball a long time ago, though.
Okay.
So
So
when I was
long
like-
before that.
Yeah, long
Okay.
before that.
Mm.
But that moment was like, all right, that's what I want to do professionally. But before I started, when I was like 12, 13, that's when I actually took it seriously. Working out with my dad first in like the driveway, go to courts, hoop, like we get shooting workouts in, and then obviously started playing on the team. Worked my way through, started in 5th grade, I think, actually. Played for fun, with my friends. I was really big kid then, like fat. I was actually fat.
You're fat.
Yeah, really fat.
You're tall and fat.
No, I was short
Oh,
and fat. Complete opposite. But that was like 5th grade, 6th grade.
Yeah.
In 7th grade, I started, slimming down a little bit. 8th grade is when I actually was like, all right, I'm actually pretty good at basketball. Made the A team is what they call it. So the best team for my age group. Played with all my friends. Then we went into high school in 9th grade. Then all those guys left me, and I played on the 9th grade team. I was like, guys, I thought we were together with this. So they all moved up, played on a higher team than me. And I'm just, continually trying to be consistent at what I do. Not, getting too high or getting too low. Just trying to keep going at it. So now 10th grade comes. Then again, those guys left me again to another team, a higher team. So now I'm playing in my age group once again. But this time I only played 3 games. After 3 games, I moved up with them, and then the rest is history. After that, I started passing them. So now going into my junior year of high school, so 2 years left, I became the captain of my high school team. Was one of the leading scorers, second leading scorer on that team. We had a really good team, played really well. My high school team was really good at basketball. So, we had a lot of fans, everyone showing love. So that was junior year. Then senior year, my last year of high school, once again was captain. Had a really good year, but we ended up not winning the championship. But, we only lost like 6 games. So, proud of that. And after that, got recruited by universities, went to school in Iowa. And I really didn't like it there. Played 1 semester and then transferred out. I went to school in Texas, a junior college school, so a 2-year school. Played for
Was
2
that a whole
years.
drafting thing like we normally see?
Nah, not drafting.
Recruiting,
Recruitment.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So they see my film, make sure I'm good enough on film,
Yeah.
and then they give you a scholarship to come play for them. Then you're there. Anytime, your scholarship can get revoked at any time.
Yeah.
And for me, actually, my coach threatened to take my scholarship away because I was 5 minutes early to a workout.
Why would that be a point of concern? Like, why would they?
Why? Because I was 5 minutes early.
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah. You ain't know that.
No.
If you're 5 minutes early, you're late. So for me that day, it was a tryout for everyone else, but I was still on scholarship. And I live in the dorms, and guys were coming from all over the state. So now they're traveling to practice. So they're all there an hour early. So me, I'm here in the dorms.
I hear you.
I walk in 5 minutes before. Oh, coach lost it. Coach is like, what are you doing? Why are you showing up late? You live right here and you're the last guy here. He's like, you know what? He's like, let me show you something. So he walk into his office. He opens up his laptop. He's like, you see this button right here? If I click this, your scholarship is gone.
Oh, no.
It's like, this is it. I was like, ooh. He was like, all right. You think this is a joke? He closed his laptop. He's like, tomorrow, 2:30 p.m., show up in the gym. So now I go into the gym. It's just me. He closes all the doors in the gym. Brings out a shot clock. You guys know what a shot clock is?
Mm.
It's just like a timer, a big timer. So he brings it out. He's like, all right, on the line. So now it's just me, my coach, and a trash can. He's like, run. So now I'm running for 2 hours. Then he changes it up. You get a towel. You got to do towel pushes up the court. And he's like, all right. He's like, so you want to be 5 minutes early? This is a lesson for you. He said, next year you're trying to be the captain of this team. He's like, now you learned your lesson. Don't ever be late to anything again. So after that, I've never been late to anything in my life. I took that to my work, my school, my practices, everything. What? Never again in my life will I ever be 5 minutes early. That's late. So that's a lesson for us. And then
I admire that.
Sorry, coming from that context and then coming to Africa.
Well, we have something called Kenyan time.
Yeah.
gotta change the scenery, right? I'm always early. Everyone is always late. Later than, the time that's scheduled.
It's times 3. It's always times 3. It's a very good factor.
So I try not to, go into Kenyan time, and I try to stay true to who I am.
Just remembering your coach and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So you did suicides for 2 hours?
Yeah, badly. Suicides. There's another one, you're sideline to sideline. Call it a ladder. It's a tough day in the office that day.
I'm sure I'm asking for someone. What do you mean suicides?
So a suicide, so you start at the end line and you run to the free throw line and then run back. Then you run to half court, run back. Then you run to the opposite free throw line, run back, and then full court and back. That's one suicide. So I was in there doing very many suicides. I can't even count.
Why are they called suicides?
Because
Try it.
Yeah.
Try it and then you'll know.
There was a game we went against when I was still in high school playing basketball.
Mhm.
So we were representing the school. We went to play against our school. Now, they were training for scholarships. So like they had a highlight reel that was being created and stuff. Us, we were just happy to have left class. So we were just happy to be there, and there were girls, so we were enjoying ourselves. I'm telling you, the games I've played that are difficult, but that was the worst because we lost 82-16.
Wow.
It was insane. So the coach, I think when we crossed, because it was 55, I think at the halfway point, he stopped giving us just go and have fun. It's cool. When we came on Monday, there were no balls on the court. It was just him and a clip, and a paper. And he said, you leave this court when you finished 100 suicides. Wow. Never forgotten that. It's like, yeah, you need to learn how to fight even when things are difficult. So it was a particularly humbling time. Anyway, sorry, that's another some trauma. So you've decided that you're going to In fact, let me actually just narrow in on that story for the coach. What's something that playing sports as a 9 to 5, which is typically what it is now for you, what's one thing it's taught you about yourself?
Being an
And
athlete.
sorry, before you go,
Mhm.
do you have a controversial take?
No.
Okay, anyway, continue.
Being an athlete, you know, like you said, it's not what you said 9 to 5, but it's kind of more than that because now you have to factor in, you have to go to sleep early so that you have to recover. And then also now you have to go get your workout by yourself, your personal workout, then your gym workout, and then you have practice. So now that's your real 9 to 5, that practice time. But for me, it's taught me like, you know, time management because as an athlete, especially when I was in uni, you know, you have to balance basketball and school at the same time. So that was a good time management, learn how to use your time wisely. Also now, you know, you have to learn how to take care of your body, put the right foods in your system, you know, learn how to stretch, you know, sleep. Those are important. Taking naps. I never used to be
Sorry,
someone that takes
learn how
naps.
to sleep.
Yeah, the right way. Like, you know, you can't use your phone right before bed. It's not going to give you the sleep that you want. You know, you black
But
out
how will you
curtains.
sleep if you're not using your phone before you sleep?
That's how you do it.
How do you sleep?
Exactly like that. I
Yeah.
use my phone, like I fall asleep too.
Yeah,
While
yeah, yeah.
watching
And this is the one TikTok that plays over and over again, and it's those Chinese short clips.
And then you
You
find your
go into
phone
the
is
whole
dead.
rabbit hole, yeah.
You see, you're not sleeping
Yeah.
purposely. You know, you could be better at sleeping, you know. If you just, you know, take away that 30 minutes before you go to sleep, you'll sleep way better. Like your sleep is different. Like for me, I have a recovery band right here, you know, that just changes the way that I also go about being an athlete. So, you know, it's just more than just what everyone sees every single day. I think discipline. You know, you can't one day say you want to be the best player and then have habits of the worst player.
This is
So
true.
I think the discipline part, you know, factors into, you know, being the best at what you do.
Before the aunties come for us and say that you've joined the Illuminati, please tell them what the recovery band is.
This is called a Whoop. It tracks everything. I wear it all the time, actually. You put the charger on top even, so I don't even take it off. It just tracks sleep, steps, stress, my recovery. Actually told me that last week that I was going to get sick. Like,
And did you?
Yeah, I did get sick. I had a
Oh.
fever. Yeah, it tells me everything. Like, Whoop, this technology is crazy. It's another step.
Yeah, they're definitely going to say you're part of the Illuminati.
If you're going to ask me that question, don't.
Do you have a question?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
For that is easier. Especially because you keep asking me what's the most controversial thing about that take I have.
You have a controversial take. That's all I'm asking.
I want to ask, what's the most controversial thing you've read about yourself?
Ooh.
About myself.
Yes.
Some comments have said that I'm overrated.
Ujamaa hajui ball.
I'm overrated. What else is there?
Or the one that irks you the most till today. Like you still remember, I'm like, this man has no idea what you were saying.
Nah, there's
girl.
not that many takes on social media. So,
Okay.
yeah. Someone called me a kanono. Like last year.
Why? Do you know what a konono is?
Yeah, obviously, I had to ask. I didn't know at first, though.
Sorry,
but I
a
did.
kanono or a konono?
A kanono.
A kanono.
Yeah, he's saying it's a
Ah, okay.
kanono.
You see my accent, I'm sorry. I'm working on it. But yeah, they called me that. That was crazy. 'Cause I
And
really
what was the
wasn't.
context there?
Because I think it was a highlight or something that I was doing. And I took the ball to the basket and it was like, look at the konono.
That's insane.
Yeah. So I think that's that. But like, I don't really care about like what people say. It doesn't really affect me. Or it's not too controversial.
So how do you stay mentally fit? Because of course, physically fit, I've had, this is the first time I'm hearing, I've not slept well, pretty much.
You've not been sleeping well at all.
Pretty much since TikTok
Also
came.
not well.
I'm sure I've not been eating well. Is that true as well?
I wouldn't know. I don't know your diet.
My
Maybe.
diet is tea.
The proof is in the pudding.
Wow, that was personal.
Usiniulize swali tena. Nitakutafuta.
Talk about But you,
Anyway, you can continue.
how do you stay mentally fit?
Uh,
Especially through something like injuries, because I mean, your sort of livelihood depends on your body being right.
yeah.
And you know, if you break an arm or you tear a tendon, I think, yeah. You know, that sets you back.
Mhm.
And one of the biggest fights that I'm having with Arnold right now is I had a tear on my quadricep.
Mhm.
And when I went back to the gym, I was so excited to get back to the gym and to get back into fitness. I rushed it too quickly.
Yeah.
So that mental aptitude to say, okay, I need to take it slowly because for me to hit the highest level. So how do you keep that?
That's a good question. For me personally, I actually tore my knee. I tore my ACL right here, if you can see. So like I was out for a whole year anyway. So
That's what that is.
yeah.
I thought you were doing other things.
It's
like a knee
definitely
slide. What you
surgery.
say?
Definitely a surgery mark, right there. But like for me personally, having to battle that also at a young age where I was like 21. So like to go through that during that time was definitely a mental battle. Every day you're in a training room, either by yourself or with one trainer, checks up on you like, are you all right? No, I'm not all right. But like, I'm going to say, yes, I'm good. Like everything's all right. But, so now it's a process from, bending your knee to now being able to stand on your leg to now being able to jump on one leg to, learning how to run again. So that mental battle in itself over that 1 year had taken a toll on me. But also at the same time, it made me stronger to now where if I miss a couple shots or if someone tells me I'm not doing good, I mean, that's nothing because I wasn't able to walk. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't able to walk for 9 months. Like, so I'm good. Like, that doesn't mean anything. But now we're on my personal side, like, just for me, like, if I miss shots, it's like, all right, cool. Like, what am I doing wrong? Instead of like, oh, I'm not good at basketball. Like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Instead, like, you just flip a switch. It's like, all right, cool. Now it's something I need to do. Or like, I've done this a million times. Just like, just shoot, like, have fun. Because at the end of the day, like you said, basketball is only a short time of not my life, but also like my career is short. Like, you don't get to play forever. So just having the mindset of, this is what you're doing for fun. Like, just do it. Like, enjoy the moments that come, highs and lows, whatever it is. Like, just be there in the moment.
Curious. You said there's a bit of a shelf life that comes with athleticism. So this question will be two-sided. Who are you outside of basketball, outside of NCT? And what does that look like when you finally, have your last dunk?
Well, no one has seen my first dunk, so how can they see my last one?
You never dunked?
I've dunked, but never in a game.
Yeah. Why not?
Not that athletic. I'm a land animal. You see, those guys that jump up there, I don't know why they jumping that far. Plus, 3 points are worth more than 2. So why am I going all the way in there when I could just shoot at the line?
Yeah, but people take pictures of dunks. That's where the memes come from. Just putting it out there.
That's fine. I rather
Take
not
advice
be on
from
the
from
internet.
this.
But like you were saying, what was the question again?
Oh, sorry. Who are you outside of?
Oh, there you go.
NCT basketball.
I'm really just a regular guy. I'm at home watching TV, watching Netflix, watching
Going
YouTube.
out.
Nah, I don't go out.
Mm-mm.
If you seen me, that's not me. That's AI. I was not outside at all. That wasn't me.
It's this thing, yeah?
Yeah. No, it's the whoop. It wasn't me. But yeah, not really doing much coloring. I'm trying to be a content creator now. So, I'm creating content usually. And then watching film.
So you do the
watching
whole setup,
basketball.
you wake up and then you put the camera and then you go back to sleep and then you wake up.
No, I have a cameraman. I'm setting everything up.
Fair play.
I just gotta call my boy, tell him to show up. All right, let's make something. That's it.
Okay, fair play.
Now I'm even curious. You've been in Kenya for the last 2 years, playing for the last 2 seasons. And stay in Kenya 2 years is a very, very long time. Are you seeing someone? I'm asking for a friend.
Huh?
Are you seeing someone?
That friend called Anyango.
We will find out in a few minutes. Are you seeing someone? Are you dating? What has that been? Even for you, dating in the Kenyan scene for you? And if you are seeing
So you need to add a clause at the time of this shooting because you know
At-
that can change.
Okay.
Yeah. No, because you know maybe to the day after tomorrow, and then they're seated, they're watching, and then it's like, oh, you're not seeing anyone.
Oh,
So are you seeing someone?
you know, seeing something like, you know, looking over there. I mean, you could see a couple
dating
things.
anyone?
Going that far, you know.
This is a
sometimes you
Nairobi man.
Very.
This is a
Very. To the core. To the core.
up high, you know. I'm seeing every time, you know.
You know what? I'll change the question. What has the dating scene been like in Kenya for you?
For me,
For you, yes.
you know, I'm focused on basketball. And like I said, I'm starting social media. So, you know,
Is it
dating
a controversial take?
dating scene in Kenya. I've been told you
Yeah.
have to be very careful about Nairobi women. So, you know, I've taken that to heart. And, you know,
We're not all that bad. I mean, what they tell you to stay away from? Tell us. By all means, we're not that bad.
they said,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you have to be careful which one you choose. So, you know, instead of me choosing, I'm just going to wait till God brings one to me. Exactly. So I've been focused on basketball.
Stop blushing.
He's really
My
he's
social
really
media.
avoiding the question. Also, no
No,
worries.
I've
Is that
answered
the
it.
question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not sure if my fan is satisfied, but it's okay.
It's okay. Tell them to DM me. I'm at Derrick_Ogechi and I'll talk to them.
Oh,
let
amazing. You hear, guys? That's how to get to him, his DMs.
This friendship thing, I don't understand it yet. Just talk to each other directly.
Hey,
Exactly. That's what I said.
Yeah. Yeah. You know?
Or you can find me at NCT game after the game.
Hey, court side. Wait. Let's go.
There's more to follow.
Wait. Before that. Anyway, as we wind down the episode, this, I feel like we've not even touched the surface of it all. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna invite you back again.
Let's do it.
At least to talk a lot more about your day-to-day at NCT. Particularly interested about that. But before that, there is someone watching. They're in high school right now. They want to make it. They want to play ball. What are 3 things that they can do to become intimate? Actually,
First, be consistent in everything you do. Where you're at right now is not where you're going to be tomorrow or in 3 months or 6 months. You know, your life can change in a year. So, I mean, be consistent in what you do. Make sure you're, you know, working on your habits. I think at the end of the day, you know, the professionals are really good at the small habits. So I think that's what you need to do. Be consistent, be great at the small habits. And then obviously, you know, get exposure because, you know, if you're good enough, people will find you, but you have to make sure you're doing the right things, the right steps. So that's, you know, getting onto courts, finding tournaments to play in, you know, meeting the right people. Because, you know, in this life, you know, it's also about who you know, not about what you know sometimes. So, like, if you're around the right circle, the right group of people, you know, they could push you to find, you know, a good team. And that team will obviously, you know, hopefully one day become NTT and then, you know, find each other on the same team. So I think those 3.
All right.
when you say do the small things well, what are the small things? The eating right, sleeping well.
And then now, even in the basics of basketball, work on your ball handling, work on your shooting, work on your defense. And then for me personally, work on your communication. I think if you're the loudest person on the court, it's easily, you know, the person that you're going to go spot. You know, you're going to hear the person talking first and then you're going to see their game. So I think that's a big thing that most players, you know, miss out on, you know, because especially in African basketball and here in Kenya, you know, people aren't communicating as much as, you know, if you were go watch a practice in the US. So I think that's a big one that many players, especially young high school athletes, can get better at. It's definitely communication.
Okay. You've had it here second. Before we close, what is your controversial take?
You know what? You'll find it in the next episode.
Want to follow?